Well, Loose for the Doberman is late, but I'll still cover the Assassin's Creed Shadow. People see this in the thing. Someone's going to say they're casually late, of course, but Plan B, I should say. Because I'm going to finish up something, but yeah, no. I meant to talk about the 40K thing and the Femstodes thing because of that, and I'm waiting on someone's rather fun. Now, I may do it later. I might as well just... What the hell is up with this server? Oh, God. Now, so, before I show stuff, who's dying? Why is there a legendary vengeful Mothman? Alpha Omicron. This server is bad. Church Pile. Why? Makes me wonder. Why is there legendary destroyers in this one? Like the final? Hello? What the fuck's up with this server? Anyways. But yeah, like, showing live 6? Unless that just is bugged. Ah. Great. This server is dog shit. Yep. Why is this character so heavy? 1 sec. Okay. Should have waited an hour. Ah, that's what he meant. Good. So, I will 1 sec. Alright. I'll probably delete this and put up another, but hold on a sec. All right. So, yes. So, I'll cover the basics. I'll be back in like an hour, I guess. An hour and a half, of course. I guess Lucifer finally got back to me. But I'll cover the basics, right? Because this thing on, I'll have to cover it. Like, the thing on the Assassin's Creed Shadows, right, is weird situation. Uh, it's a strange one because it's a way it's overblown as well. Now, like, I'll go into it more when Lucifer's here, but I'll give a preview of it. But that's not the only one, because I was actually going to talk about the little Valorant. God, I changed builds of my character. But the broad thing in right is the Finstodes thing is still up there on to me to talk about, but the Assassin's Creed Shadows it's a point I'm just going to say this now. It's done because of Ubisoft, and Ubisoft is definitely not like. I love how I get fast travel. What the absolute hell? Now, people can't tell I've been playing way too much 76 lately. Nothing. Nothing. I have nothing. Just by the point. So I will weigh in on that. I will have X-Men 97 coverage just as a start. Just be short. But I will say this. All these people are getting stuff wrong. Like, a large majority, right? Ademion even got the stuff on wrong. Like, they were going to go with Yasuke because Yasuke, right, is in myth. It's like a myth kind of a thing in Japan. Like, when I cover Shogun, you'll see it. Like, I guess I shouldn't be shocked that they are using him because it's Assassin's Creed, because I've talked about them before. Now, like, if you saw what I said about Kim Ballard and them were like, we like dual protagonists, which I guess they haven't done, like, since Syndicate. It's like since then, but I have to look it up because Assassin's Creed, I kind of fell off. It's funny how a lot of Assassin's Creed people aren't Assassin's Creed people. They are basically, it's showing a lot of fake fans. Now, that combined with, I'll be pretty honest, with the fact that it's exposing a lot of people. Because I was going to talk about the Valorant thing as well. Because I found somebody, he's like just a straight reaction. So, I will say, though, on this, in a nutshell, I'll give a preview of it. It's an interesting topic because all these people who are weighing in on this, there's a lot of bad takes. Now, Assassin's Creed is always loosely historical based, but the current games, like, this is a company that released Jade, which is a mobile game. Now, Jade is a mobile, like, Assassin's Creed that's based in China. But you are using an Asian ninja, which they have changed her. I can't think of her name off the top of my head because it was like, sorry, it's just fog. Sorry, I ran into an issue. So, And I will get to it because I have to brush up because right now my head's in game mode versus the other. That's why sometimes it helps this stream versus dual identities is a weird thing. I was going to try to line up a guest to defend himself because I ran into an interesting individual. Now, in game, he's like, "Who are you mad over fellow 76? Tell me you're a coward without being a coward." But I can make him. Well, so the thing that so okay. Hold on. Okay, I have this white problem. Fine. Not that I have to deafen my Discord because Brian's trying to do two things at once and Bill is not. So we don't know anything about the time period that they're using. Now, in reality, let's say they were going to go late Shingaku period. Let's say they're doing that pre-Shogun. Because in my discussion on Shogun, right, I will go into the fact about how it's based like in a show. Like it's clearly that period. If they were shooting for a historical so missiles. All right, sorry for just three things at once on a little bit of a day I focus because I have the clip downloaded and I need to go edit it down. I need to be responsible, but because I'm not going to use this man's material because he's kind of a lolcow because I have to cut out all his other stupid intro stuff because he's a dumbass. He is trying to reactionary, and then on his Twitter, because you're bringing out two people. You're bringing out the people who are not Assassin's Creed fans, as well as people who they're like, well, you hate the black man, like there's a black samurai. First of all, let's say he was a retainer. He was a weapon carrier. Mobility was a lot better in the shogunate period versus the Edo period. Because the Edo period under the Tokugawa shogunate was changed the samurai class mobility. Mobility, for those who don't understand, is the ability to move through it. See, under the Shingaku in the Warring States period, depending on how good of a warrior you were, you could move up or down very quickly, or bad you were. Now, judging by Shogun standards, a lot of the officers would have killed themselves. Now, if he was actually a loyal samurai to Oba actually collected people. It's even said in Shogun, because he's straight in Shogun. He's mentioned in Shogun. He basically, I have to see, because they use a different name. But the idea, right, is he was there and then vanished from the history. Now there's the HBO show. Now it's not shocking that they use him. They're going to use a child of a notable ninja or shinobi. Or what do they call them? The term for them. We call them shinobi, but that's not the actual term because they specialize in assassinations. It's not like the Japanese would not use a female assassin because the idea of a female assassin would have been better than a male because a male you see coming. Because in the society, right, you could always brandish a sword of some kind, potential, but you never draw your sword in a group of another. Now, in reality, right, we don't know the premise of it. I would be very curious because Assassin's Creed's right now, we don't know what the goal is. Is it a series based upon like assassin lore, or is it searching for another artifact? Because to be fair, the last few games have been about understanding not the assassins, about understanding the things. Which the last game was literally two lesbians, a lesbian woman killing her partner in Atlantis or something like that. IRL, because they're searching for the ancient humans or the ancient people's artifacts. The threat to the main universe is over. Sorry if it sounds discombobulated. Because the idea of Assassin's Creed, if you have a common story, the main one was the thing, was the solar flare was going to wipe out humans. Now, in reality, right, it's a weird thing. Now, Syndicate clearly is not, they use historical people. Not Syndicate. Syndicate doesn't only have any historical. Sorry. But, like, usually you use historical periods, I should say. But it's not, I would not say it's like DEI kind of thing. And by the way, this notion that we can't DEI means a black word or racist, no, that's not the case. I think in their narrative storytelling, they picked this setting. Now, the Shingaku period during the Warring States period is an interesting period in Japan before it led to the unification under Tokugawa. Tokugawa shogunate led to the Edo period. But there's a lot of history in this period that they can't either say, they can't do, because either the records were lost. As I said, mobility was changed in under Tokugawa shogunate. Samurai is a class. You can have a weapon carrier. Like in Shogun, Anjin, his character is based on a real life person. He was a samurai. You can be a samurai without being a proper samurai. But there's reports that Yasuke, which means the black one, basically was either on the battlefield or not on the battlefield. They can't decide. All these modern day people cannot figure that out. It comes from the book by Thomas Lockley. Now, if he faded into obscurity, that's a separate story. But a lot of people are doing outrage bait. They don't understand because we don't know what the setting of the story is. Well, I guess I'd be very curious on what it is myself. They could have explored this with Chronicles, but they haven't explored it with Chronicles. See, Ubisoft also has this big project, I think it's called Project Red. The ultimate goal is to create an animus. Ubisoft has talked about this. They've talked about it with Division. They want a Division to be a full MMO. Now, that means you have a shared universe. You can go from New York to Seattle, wherever else, possibly. Right? Now, in Assassin's Creed, that would mean we have a proper functioning animus, meaning you have an MMO that you have a linked hub that you can go from the different experiences through the bloodlines. Now, we don't know how this is going to play out, but my stuff is, of all periods, if you're doing warring states, all right, why would you choose this period? Why would you choose him? And then you're going to choose one of the 3 children of one of the shinobi or assassin families. Because it's not like you would have a female warrior. Because there was one later on that fought on the battlefield and she died on the battlefield. But that was in the Edo period. See, I'm blanking her name. Because a lot of these names, I want to be accurate about when I say them. But it's in the history. Then this one person I have at cover is this his actual video. So, I'm not saying this is a nothing burger, okay? It just needs. People need to get a grip. It's an Assassin's Creed game. We're probably going to be looking for another one of their artifacts. It's going to play nothing into the story because I don't even understand why we're still talking about the Ancients unless you're just trying to milk a franchise as you do Resident Evil. This period, though, in the Warring States period, you have a lot of heroes and legends, especially the late Sengoku period. Now, if we're going to say assassins pop up in this time period, sure. There's always assassins. There's always Templar. But she's not even wielding a hidden blade. Ivor didn't even wield a hidden blade. So, yeah, this is weird, by the way. Because they're releasing this. It's not like they release this with Shogun in mind, or Ghost of Tsushima, or Neo, or Noia, depending on how you say it. Because it's not the false outrage or false controversy. I have a full article, too. I also found an article of a DEI director who got fired after embezzling $5 million. So, that's funny, by the way. But the thing is, a lot of them are like, but we thought this period was good. We thought this period would work. Just as you thought you could reinvent Valhalla. Yeah. It isn't going to work. Wish I had this Norwegian on. It would have been funny to see his take on the whole Valhalla. Even he said it wasn't a good game. I find it hilarious, though. But a lot of these people, it's like, I gotta say, though, for a brave man, he builds it a shelter in a mountain. Yeah. But that's a separate story for another time. Guess you don't want your base nuked. But I'll talk this more with Lucifer when he gets on. He's in a meeting right now, so I need to cut that piece up. But anyways, But yeah, no, quick thoughts too, by the way, because a lot of what it is there's history on it. Today's a weird day for me, so. And it's kind of a big nothing burger, though. So. It's a nothing burger, but it's something, right? But more people should be outraged. They're charging $100 for the damn game. Honestly. But yeah, I'll be back, I guess, in an hour or so. So if you catch it. Because yeah, the what's funny though is GW was able to escape the problem. By the way, the only reason the Fim Stodies thing isn't weighing them down as badly now is because of the reason of they actually have the Chaos Codex is actually good. So you have one bad codex and then you got one good codex. So it's an interesting thing. So I'm waiting for their AOS range to come fuck them up, to be honest. Because that is actually a bigger deal. The fact alone in AOS, they legends a bunch of stuff, because I'll go over that with Lucifer. That's starting to show. So, yeah, it's a quick thoughts, though, because the thing with the show, like, you especially think with Ghost of Tsushima, Rise of the Ronin, and all of them, you have actual people. Because even the Japanese, who the game, I think largely, they base it in the period. Right? So you're talking about the idea, right? Is it's going to be interesting because let's see what Lucifer says. Because outside the normie perspective, they see it. It's a cool setting. People have been wanting to go to Japan for years. Chronicles, as I said, could have been the perfect place, but they haven't done it. So I'll have that in about an hour, I guess. So great. But I'll have to get that together, though. So I'll see people then. I'll repost it. But also, too, X-Men 97 is good, though. So catch people then. But I'll be back in about an hour, and I gotta get this cut up, though. Alrighty. I do hate video editing. But yeah, and now the article's prepped. So catch people then.